guys, my name's Rich Seidlitz. I'm the owner of Redpants.lol, and today we're traveling to England so that we can get some answers to questions that you have about supercharging your Aston and upgrading the infotainment system, including cameras and everything else that goes along with it. So come along with us as we go to England. In the car, and we're gonna get some footage this way. We have got Evan in a Land Rover Discovery filming us from the front. Graham is driving because the last time I was in England I drove this car with Graham in the passenger seat and it was the worst drive of my life, and I'm including wrecking my gray Aston on a racetrack in that comparison. Basically, I'm not used to roads that are this narrow, or sitting on the other side of the car, or shifting with my other hand, or anything else. And so every time I try to shift, I slap the door with my right hand because that's my shifting hand. So to make things a lot less stressful, Graham is driving. So right now you are basically just driving what is essentially a naturally aspirated V8 Vantage. Because once you get on throttle, then the supercharger kicks in, but at low RPMs, low throttle input, there's not really any supercharger, right?
Correct.
We've been filming with GMR all day. We are starving and we are tired, but we need to eat before we can sleep, so we are going into a place called Simpson's Fish and Chips. It's apparently one of the best in the UK, which means we have to eat there. Today I am joined by James Hawkes-Reed. Well, technically I'm joining him because I am at his shop, Aston Installations, in Tewkesbury, England. We are here to film some videos showing what his products can do and how to install them. So that's how to Kung Fu at the end. Little Vanna White. Alright, so there you have it. That's how to install the products from Aston Installations. We are at the Prescott Hill Climb near Cheltenham in England, and it's a really cool event. Apparently it's semi-regular, and they have a Bugatti's Owners Club area here, which means there are some really cool Bugattis sitting right down the hill. And a bunch of race cars too. One of the best parts about being here is we're seeing a lot of stuff that we don't even get in the US, and that's pretty rare in general. Down in the main paddock area, there's everything from Porsches, including a brand new 991 GT3 RS that is covered in stickers and does run up the hill. There are the Bugattis, which are very old, the kind of things in the US you only see in museums. And there's even a 956 Group C Porsche race car sitting under a tent as well. Seeing this kind of stuff is extremely interesting because we don't get a lot of this in the US, but they're just laying around here like it's normal. Pretty wild and pretty awesome to see. If you get a chance, come to the Prescott Hill Climb near Cheltenham. and I've been walking around and I came across a watch stand, and I had to take a look at one that caught my eye, and it turns out the designer himself is here, Mr. Matthew Humphreys. So Matt, if you want to tell us about yourself, we'd really appreciate it.
So my background is I'm a car designer turned watch designer. I was the chief designer at Morgan Cars, did a car called the Aeromax, which I was, at the time I was only 21 when I did the car. I was a student and was employed to be the first designer for Morgan. So I sort of ended up in this amazing situation where I was able to design the car of my dreams. Since doing that, I then stayed there for 10 years as the chief designer, and I left there to do a new thing, and that's why I've ended up on the side of the track at Prescott in a tent producing my own watches.
And that was England. Thank you so much to everybody that made this possible. Aston Installations, GMR, Butlers, and everybody else that was involved, especially my cameraman Evan behind the camera. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all next time.